따뜻한 줄기도 기뻐시 샘내 유라마두다.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dane Bramage Rocks channel. All right, time to break from our regularly scheduled program to bring you the very first entry into the very first Eurovision Song Contest of Asia, and I am super excited about this. When they announced it last year at the end of Eurovision, I couldn't believe this was happening. Finally, the rumors have come true. We're doing this, and this is very exciting. If this is your first time to the channel, number one, welcome. Number two, I encourage you to stay afterwards, because after I get done listening to the song, I actually do a session called the wrap up where I learn all about the artist and where the song came from and all the things that we completely learn about it and give credit where credit is due. And part two of that, if you've not seen my intro video into the Eurovision Song Contest of Asia, I encourage you to check that one out first. The link is down below or also at the end of this video if you want to watch that as we get introduced to Eurovision Asia and the whole lineup and everything. But for now, our very first entry came out of Bhutan, and the artist name is Nyendra, and the song is called Yai Simon, and this was from the Rhythm of Bhutan, and I'm very excited to hear about this. And yeah, so we're doing this. Let's jump right into the music. Our very first entry into the very first year of the Eurovision Song Contest Asia. Are you ready? Oh, good. So am I. Here we go. All right, got Chiarissimo all queued up, which I actually have come to learn already that translates into heavenly goddess or angel. So this sounds like it's going to be like one of those very gorgeous, beautiful songs. And just so you guys know, this is actually predominantly a rock and hard rock channel, but I always break to do the Eurovision Song Contest because I absolutely love it and been doing it for years. All right, let's do it. Good crowd energy. Oh my. You got it, buddy.
Wherever you go,
Oh, he's mixing the languages. Okay. Ooh. There are the goosebumps. Oh my goodness. Fantastic voice. I love how he's tying in English to a little bit of that. You know, it's really unnecessary, but it's kind of cool to like, not only can they express like how great their voices are, you know, their performances, but like also showing their multi-languages, and there's, you know, no barriers in that, which is absolutely fantastic. We haven't seen it a lot in the regular Eurovision Song Contest, but it's awesome. I know a lot of people do know English as well, which is fantastic. But you guys saw the goosebumps in there. I love his chorus line. Can you hear it all? Chiarissimo. I was like, dude, good for you. Wonderful voice. And I can't imagine the nerves that he might have knowing that this is the very first Eurovision Song Contest of Asia, and he's the very first contestant to perform and hopefully make it through, which at this point he didn't know yet, I don't think, before he went. But we're going to learn about that after. So remember, stick around for the wrap up, and we're going to learn all about this. super fun. Absolutely gorgeous. That's one thing that's always so crazy about this contest. They're only 3 minutes long, so they got to like write an original song that's only 3 minutes and deliver it, and they go so stinking quick. But I tell you what, Bhutan, for the first entry of the very first Eurovision Song Contest in Asia, that is a solid entry. The dude has a great voice, and I'm very proud of him for getting up there and doing that. And it's always fascinated me more about this contest than anything is seeing like the different cultures and style of music that each country has from all over the world, no matter what part of the world you're from. And it's just like, it's fascinating. It's different everywhere you go. And to be able to express that on a grand stage like this, I mean, he's going to put, you know, their music on the map globally. I'm not saying it's not on the map already, but actually globally. This is what's so great about this contest is like, just, you know, with all the hundreds of countries that are out there, for you not to be able to make so many discoveries, now that we're bringing it to a global stage, it's going to get announced and he's going to be able to express it and represent Bhutan. And I absolutely love that about this contest. But I want to learn more about him. So stick around for the wrap up and let's find out all the things. So one thing that's always cool to point out as well is that this song dropped, at least where I'm from, August 11th. So about a week ago, and it's got 120,000 views so far. And I know it's the only one out there so far in the channels, but I know that is going to bump up significantly as he is the very first, contestant entry that's solidified into this contest. And good thing about it is you really don't have to go much further than the Eurovision Song Contest page, because it gives you all the information about it. Eurovision Song Contest Asia has its very first entry, and there he is. Great picture. He's like, yep, I made it. Nyendra will sing for Bhutan at Eurovision Song Contest Asia. He will represent Bhutan with the song Laissez-moi. The inaugural edition of Rhythm of Bhutan has produced its very first winner. A vote that extended all across the globe has selected Nyendra as the champion, the artist that will sing for Bhutan at Eurovision Song Contest Asia of 2026, as we know. And there's the video we just watched, the national selection performance. So that was actually done live. Another thing I love about this contest is when they do post the national selections, you kind of get to see what they look like live. Now we're just going to intensify that in a grand stage when it comes in November. So he's got to be ready, and I'm excited to see him. And the 2-hour national selection show broadcast locally in the Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel, 5 songs were performed and established by Bhutanese talents. Broadcaster BBS, as well as the 5 competing acts, were enthusiastic about showcasing Bhutanese music on a brand new international stage. And for viewers, that was this extra bonus to enjoy in addition to the main purpose of Rhythm of Bhutan, which was the final, the national song of Bangkok 2026. And Bhutan now has its song. And that's what I was saying. This is why I love doing this, because you get to see these different styles of music from all over the world on this grand stage and get introduced to new songs. I mean, what is not cool about that? The scores came from 3 sources. A professional jury accounted for 40% of all points, while viewers voting at home in Bhutan contributed to another 40%. The remaining 20% came from the rest of the world vote. Nyendra will perform Laissez-moi, the Angel, at the inaugural Eurovision Song Contest Asia in Bangkok on Saturday, 14 November. The song was written by Nyendra himself and along with Longtang Wangchuk. So good, he had a co-writer on that one. The second place after the vote was Sungye Ladyan Band performing Pimi, oh boy, Shueyong Tashi, and finishing in third was Bayu 301 with the song Drempa. That's cool. Oh, here we go. My favorite part about Nyendra. Tehukan Nyendra, known as professionally as Nyendra, is a 24-year-old Bhutanese singer, songwriter, and producer who creates music across pop, folk pop, acoustic, and R&B genres. The multi-talented musician is also a graduate in mass communication and journalism from the Royal Thimphu College. And I'm so sorry if I'm getting these words wrong. It's a lot, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful whatsoever. I'm doing my best to pronounce it, but I do try to learn before going into it, at least the name of the song and the artist. So after moving to Thimphu to pursue his passion for music, the talent is now independently writes and produces his own songs, performing in both English and, oh, see, there's a big one, Zionka. By now, Nyendra has built a strong following with tunes such as Oh No and Tell Me, amassing large numbers of streams across digital platforms. So he already has some small success, which is absolutely phenomenal. And that is about all we know about him. And it just gets into the rest of the song contests and stuff that we can expect to come up. But Bhutan, wow. I'm just super excited about all of this. This is stoked to be in here on the inaugural. I'm sure you guys are all excited about that, but let me know what you thought about that. More importantly, leave me those comments below and tell me where you're watching from or listening from. And if it's your first time at the channel or if you're just a Eurovision fan following along as well. But more importantly, what you think of Bhutan's entry in the Eurovision Song Contest, the singer Nyendra, and all the things that go along with it. I want to hear those comments, and for sure I read them and would like to reply to as most of them as possible, but it's you guys that make this happen. And don't forget to hit that like button. I encourage you to jump over to their channel and hit that like button as well and give them all the full support, and share this one out to anyone who you think might be interested in seeing it. And one last time, everybody, the very first entry in the Eurovision Song Contest Asia, the song Laissez-moi by Nyendra from Rhythm of Bhutan Eurovision Song Contest. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, keep on rocking.